Hey everybody. All right, it's time for another gun review, quote unquote, video. One that I've been really excited to do for everybody ever since I first laid eyes on this gun on the internet. Really excited to finally get this one in my hands. But let's go ahead and get into what this one is. This is first impressions of my brand new Beretta 92X. Really cool gun. Really excited to talk about this one and give you my first impressions of this cool pistol. I think this pistol is really cool to me. Maybe some of you won't like it, but we're going to do it anyway. So I'm going to set this camera over here to the side real quick. We'll go ahead and do a safety check on it if I can get the prop up. All right, you can see nothing in the magazine, nothing in the chamber. We are clear and safe. Let's go ahead and put this guy back in and let's dive into it. Okay, so this is the Beretta 92X. Looks a lot like any other Beretta 92 with some differences, and we'll get into that. This is, again, a first impression kind of video for me. I have not shot this guy yet. I've had it for about a week or so and just have not had any time to get out to the range and shoot it. But this is a really cool pistol in my opinion, the Beretta 92X. So let's go ahead and dive in and talk about this guy a little bit. Okay, so obviously a lot of people know the Beretta 92, the M9, M9A1, A3, all those guys that are out there. This is Beretta's newest edition of the 92. Okay, yeah, it looks a lot like any other 92. People would say, it's got some distinctive characteristics that make it a 92, and some people might say, well, it's just another 92 Beretta, outdated design, blah blah blah. Well, maybe not, and I got to dip in. I seem to recall a couple other pistols and manufacturers and designs that keep the design features the same, just update them. Glock, 1911. And this is basically the same kind of deal here with this gun. It's 92 all the way, but with a couple of different features and add-ons that I think a lot of people will find desirable. I definitely found it desirable, and we'll talk about why I chose this gun and what this gun's purpose is for me. But let's go ahead and see what's different about this one and what makes this 92X the 92X. Okay, so we'll start up kind of up front a little bit. We can start up here at the barrel. This one is first off. I'll go ahead and get into this specific model of 92, and there's a few of them that are out there. This is the 92 Beretta 92X Centurion. Okay, and it also is the G model. Okay, and we'll talk about that a little bit. There's the full size Beretta 92X. I think close to maybe 4 3/4 inch barrel. The Centurion, again, what this one is, the barrel is 4 1/4 inches, 4.25 inch barrel, and then there's also a compact model. I don't know if the barrel's maybe 4 inches, maybe. I'm not 100% sure on that, but the grip is a lot shorter on the compact model. Maybe ideal for carry or concealed carry. But this is kind of the mid-size, the Centurion. Okay, I don't know what that means, if it's Spanish or whatever, but it is the mid-size of those three sizes of Beretta 92s. And then there's also a performance model, which a lot of people have been posting on, and a lot of other videos about the performance model. I won't go into too many specific details on that because I've never held one, I've never seen one. So I'm not going to really compare the difference between this model and the 92X performance. But again, that's kind of targeted, no pun intended, towards the competition market, and it is quite a different looking design, a lot of different features that are different on that gun. But this gun itself, I got because I guess I need a quote unquote shit hit the fan pistol, you know, a duty pistol, so to speak. You know, that's this guy's role. You know, if the zombies come out, you know, if the government collapses or whatever, you know, this is the gun that I'm going to have in my bug out bag as my quote unquote duty pistol. And I picked this specific gun for that reason, because it's something that I'm familiar with. Okay, when I was enlisted in the Navy from 2006 to 2010, the Beretta M9 was my service pistol. A lot of other people's service pistol. You know, since the mid 80s, the Beretta has been a good amount of soldiers and sailors duty pistols. You know, all the way up to recently when they went to the M17, the SIG. But this is something that I'm very, very familiar with. It's been a little bit since I've shot the M9, but it's a gun that I'm very familiar with. But it's also got some updates or features that have been, you know, updated or modified to make it a little bit more modern. And we'll talk about that. So let's go ahead and got sidetracked. Let's go ahead and get into what makes this 92X the 92X. Okay, so first right off the bat, okay, you can see that the barrel is a little bit recessed, quote unquote, into the slide. It doesn't stick out like a normal 92 barrel would. Okay, usually it sticks out maybe, I don't know, about what, a quarter of an inch past the slide. This one is, you know, indented a little bit. So that's kind of, I don't know if that's something that's desirable. I thought it was. I just like the look of it, you know, having that barrel stick out like that. It is kind of iconic for a 92, but this is just a little bit more of a modern look. But sticking with the barrel, okay, there's a good shot. You've got a recessed barrel and it's got a target crown on it. Okay, so that's kind of nice, you know, something a little bit modern. From the slide perspective, it's 92 all the way. Okay, you've got that open top slide like that. Okay, you got your extractor right there. Or your extractor is right there where it should be. Just front or just rear cock insurations, all that good stuff. But the slide itself is pretty much all Beretta and Beretta 92. Okay, you've got your rail up front. Okay, you still got your aluminum alloy frame, which is nice. Yep, I got to dip in. But you got your rail, kind of, you know, similar to the M9A1 or M9A3 or something like that. Your takedown lever, okay, that acts just the same as any other Beretta 92. Okay, you got your button on the side here. Depress that, and then rotate that lever down clockwise about 90 degrees. Yeah, 90 degrees, and then your slide pops off. Okay, metal parts where you want it. Okay, like your takedown lever, your slide lock, and that's typical for Beretta. But you've also got some additional metal parts that really on a modern 92 wouldn't be. Okay, you got a metal trigger, metal mag release, just pressed it, which sticks out a little bit more. Okay, so that's kind of nice. It is textured, you know, and then you've got a all steel guide rod, which is kind of cool. Now, some of the models do not, if I can get my camera to hold up, some of the models of the 92 do not have an all steel guide rod. This one does. Now, I don't know if it's because it's the Centurion. There you go. This is steel. Boop, boop. Right on. I don't know if it's because it's the Centurion model or because it's the G model. I don't know if that makes a difference, or if I just, you know, happen to get lucky because I did want a steel guide rod and just found one that was a steel guide rod. Yep. But that's kind of nice. You know, a lot of the older or typical or modern 92s have that polymer guide rod. again, it is something that I wanted, but it's not, it's not necessarily, something that's going to deter me away. It's just a nice added bonus, in my opinion, to have a steel guide rod in there and have, steel components, metal components, where you want them or where you might not, expect them to be on a pistol, and you got it with this. Okay, so that's just kind of some upgrades. Moving on down, as you can see, the grip. You got that Verto grip. Okay, that's not really typical on a 92. You got that straight kind of 1911 grip, and that's nice. Okay, it's something a little bit different for me, but it feels really, really good. Kind of the same grip. I think it is exactly the same grip as on the M9A3s. So that's kind of nice. But if you didn't want that grip, and you want the hump that's back there on the 92s that you're just so accustomed to in the box, it comes with the other grip. Okay, it's a wraparound grip. Okay, it comes with an extra set of screws and washers and all that good stuff. And you basically got the little Allen key right here, or hex key. Unscrew that, and those just slip on top of where those grips were, and you've got your typical Beretta 92 kind of feel and grip to it. Okay, with that hump in the back, if that's something that you want, that comes with it. So that's kind of nice. The stippling on the grips is really, really nice and aggressive. All right, it kind of, you hear a lot of people just kind of go to and say, it reminds me of sandpaper. Yeah, okay, I can see that. But to me, it kind of resembles shark skin or something like that, okay? You rub it this way, it's real, not as rough, but then you pull back, and it's got more texture to it, okay? So, you rub it one way, it's not as sharp. You rub it the other way, yeah, it's pretty sharp. But they're nice grips, okay? So that's a plus. You got your texturing on the back, on the front of the grip, okay? All the way around, obviously. So it's a pretty nice overall package from Beretta. If you're looking for a 92 and you just want some updated, modernized features on here, this is a good gun to get. Okay, but we'll talk about the difference in we've already talked about the difference in sizes with the Centurion. But like I said before, this is the G model. Okay. So basically what this is, I'm sure you've seen it before, but we'll go ahead and talk about it. You still got your slide mounted safety decocker on here that Berettas are quote unquote famous or notorious for. But with the G model, okay, it's a decocker only. Okay, so you're back here in single action. You can decock it safely just like any other Beretta 92. You let it go and it pops back up ready to go into battery. Okay, so it's not necessarily a safety, it is a decocker only, and that's nice. Okay, still same kind of mechanism back, and it is obviously on both sides. Okay, you see your fire pin, or not fire pin, but maybe your transfer pin right there. All right, start to pull down on it, it rotates up out of the way of the hammer like that, and it drops the hammer safely. And then again on the G model, pops right back up. So that's pretty cool. The sight picture, okay, you've got a blacked out rear sight. If I can show it a little bit, it does have some haze serrations on there. Camera's not focusing very well. There we go. Okay, so you've got some serrations on there to maybe cut down on some haze. And then your front sight, it's not fiber optic, but it is painted orange. Okay, so there's your sight picture right there. Not a bad little sight picture. Okay, that's pretty cool. The front sight is dovetailed. That's something that's kind of new. So you can change that out and put fiber optic in there if you want. All right, but that's the way it comes from Beretta. Okay, you get that orange front sight right there, and then your blacked out rear sight. A lot of people like that. That's something that's a little bit new to me, not just on Berettas, but guns period. I'm used to a 3-dot sight picture. But that's not something that I'm opposed to. Comes with 3 mags, okay, 17 round mags. Now again, this is a first impressions video, quote unquote. So I haven't shot this gun. I don't know how it's going to perform. I don't intend it to perform bad. It's a Beretta. It's going to feed whatever you put in it, basically. But initially I already do have some negatives, and I'm going to be objective. about this. Okay, one of the negatives comes, in my opinion, with one of the negatives is the magazines. Okay, you can see 17 round magazines. It comes with 3 of them. That's a plus. Hey, a lot of gun companies are going to that. With the Glocks, the Gen 4s came with 3 mags. Of course, the Gen 5s come with 3 mags. A lot of newer model guns come with 3 mags. That's great, because mags can be expensive and maybe hard to find depending on where you are and what kind of mags you're looking for. But this comes with 3. Now, the negative for me, and I either can't count 17 3 times in a row, or maybe I have a defective mag, 3 defective mags. I've got one of them loaded up here, okay, just with some ball. But as you can see, you can kind of see down there that the last round comes over that window a little bit, okay. But there's 16. There's 16 rounds in this magazine, okay. I loaded up all 3 of them, and I could, for the life of me, could only get 16. And then I finally literally stood on these magazines and got that 17th round in there. And then when I tried to get it flush, it would only go about like that. Okay, so I didn't try to force it or anything like that. Now with the slide back, yeah, it went in just fine. But as of right now, maybe these magazines need to be broken in and shot, as well as the gun. I can only get 16 in, guys. Okay, so I don't know if I got, like I said, 3 bad mags, or I can't count 17 3 times in a row. I don't know. But the mags themselves, they feel pretty good. I don't know if Beretta makes these mags. The mags are made in Italy. The gun is made here in the USA, in Gallatin, Tennessee. I think that's Middle Tennessee. As a matter of fact, I think that's close to where Hickok 45 is. Maybe he made this gun for me. I highly doubt it, but but yeah, so the mags, they're made in Italy. They do got the PV Beretta proof mark on there, so it makes me think that Beretta made these mags. I'm not sure, but they feel like quality mags. They're nice and coated and everything like that. This one is the one I've been using the most, and it's got a little bit of wear on it, probably from the mag release right there. This is the mag that I have in my carry ammo. But again, I can only fit 16 in here comfortably. I know on some guns, that last round is always kind of a bugaboo to get in there, but it usually seats just fine. Huge task to get 17 rounds in these new mags, and then they would not seat properly. So that's kind of a negative for me. Not a life changer, not a deal breaker for me. If I can only get 16 plus 1 as opposed to 17 plus 1, I'm not going to send this gun back. I'm at least going to give it a chance and let the mags break in and shoot it a little bit, or maybe go buy some new mags. But it's not as a big deal, to me personally, in a gun like this, if I can't get that last round in there, as opposed to maybe something like a single stack 9 or something like that, where you can only get 5 or 6, and then you can't get that 6th or 7th one in there. That's more of a bigger deal. But that's kind of a negative to me. And again, could work itself out. Another negative I have, and again, this might work itself out. Okay, I'm gonna try to show this. I guess maybe like the contouring of the beaver tail back here. See if I can get a close, good enough shot of it. Okay, right on the edges. Okay, you can see. Yeah, there we go. Right there on that edge, on both sides. It is sharp right there, guys. It really is. So, if I'm holding it like this, that feels pretty good. If I adjust my thumb from here to there, it rubs pretty deep. It feels like it would cut in there pretty good. All right. So maybe maybe it won't be an issue when I'm shooting it. And I've got some odd thumbs, so to speak. I don't have huge hands. I've got hitchhiker's thumbs and big old knuckles on my thumb. So maybe that's something that I need to adjust with my grip when holding this gun, with shooting it. And maybe it won't be a big deal at all. But like I said before, this is just something that's objective to me before I go out and shoot it. Obviously, real excited to get this gun, so I wanted to do a video on it. But if you guys have this gun and maybe experienced one or both of those issues that I've identified so far, before you shoot it, after you shoot it. Hey man, it's not a big deal. You know, I felt what you felt back there on that beaver tail too. Once I shoot it, it's fine. Hey man, those mags will break in. Don't worry about it. Or go get some new mags. Try that out. It's fine. You know, let me know. Because this is a newer offering from Beretta. This gun's maybe been out, I don't know, a year, if that. Probably not even that. You know, and I'm not really accustomed to buying, you know, not new guns. I'll buy new guns. I don't buy just used guns, but new to the market guns. You know, I was really hesitant to get my hands on P365 from SIG when it came out, because everybody was talking about that gun, and everybody still is. But you know, it had some problems. You know, I wanted the market to test it out to see if it had, you know, identifying problems or not, because it looked like that gun was too good to be true, and it kind of was. But now I think they've identified and fixed those issues. Maybe not. But you know, this is a gun that, you know, when I first saw it, because I was looking for a gun to be my quote unquote duty gun. I knew I wanted 9mm. Okay, I knew I wanted a double single action. Okay, but you know, the guns that were out there just really didn't suit, you know, what I was looking for, what I'm familiar with. And when I found this gun, you know, maybe, I don't know, 5-6 months ago when I first saw it, I said, oh my gosh, that's it. That's the one right there. So I've been eyeballing it. Didn't really find that many reviews on it as of late. Well, now there's a lot of reviews on this gun. But you know, but basically, you know, what it boiled down to was, am I willing to take that risk to buy a new to the market gun just because I like it so much? And with this one, yep, sure did. So that's something that I don't really do that much. You know, I'll wait a little bit and see, you know, how the market reacts to a gun before I say, yep, brand new gun, I want it. But with this one, nope, got it right away. So, you know, a couple more little differences that maybe you're aware of, maybe you're not. You know, the trigger guard is a little bit more rounded off. Okay, it's kind of like what you see on like a Wilson Combat Custom job that's done to a Beretta 92. It's not as squared off as you see on other model of Beretta 92s. It's a little bit more rounded. Okay, the cut underneath the frame behind the rail in the trigger guard, that contour is there. Again, that's something typical that you see on like a custom job. I think what Beretta wanted to do with this gun is have a gun that comes straight from the factory, okay, with the custom add-ons and upgrades that a lot of people have been doing to their 92s over the past years or so. You know, like you know, having the G model decocker already installed. And this isn't, again, that's not something new. This is basically the kit that you could buy from Beretta and make any of your 92s a decocker only. Okay, this isn't something that's proprietary for the 92X. It's just, you know, what they did to say, hey, we're going to release a gun to the public with some of the stuff that the public is doing to our firearms after they buy them, like the decocker. Okay, and then the same thing with the trigger. Okay, they have their Beretta D spring trigger, I think is what it's called. It just, you know, makes it a smoother action, a little bit lighter of a pull, so that's kind of nice. Okay, the double action itself, really smooth. It is heavy, and it breaks. Okay, single action, you got a wall, which is nice, and then a real nice break. Okay. But with the double action, there's no creep. It's real smooth. Single action, you got that wall, and then it breaks just nicely. Okay, really nice package. Okay, so again, with the Centurion, I didn't want a full size, you know, Glock 17 size pistol or, you know, 1911 government model pistol. I like having something that's a little bit more compact, you know, and maybe a full-size grip like this is. There's a lot of guns that are kind of, you know, going that way. A lot of manufacturers like Glock with the 19X, you know, the FN509 that's got, you know, a compact, quote unquote, or a mid-size slide and barrel with a full-size grip. I just like the look of it better, you know. I don't think I'm losing that much velocity because I don't have another 1/2 inch of barrel. Maybe not. But this is, you know, plenty big enough for me. But, you know, just to kind of see where it fits in the scheme of things, brought in a couple other ones. Okay, here's a Glock 19 Generation 4. Okay, you can see kind of how that stacks up, so to speak, and put them on top of each other like this. Okay, how about we do it this way? There we go. You can see how much, you know, the barrel sticks out more on the barrel on the slide on the Beretta Centurion 92X as opposed to a Glock 19. Everybody knows Glock 19. All right, and then I kind of contradict myself a little bit because I said I don't need a big 5-inch gun. Well, in 1911 that doesn't really count. But this is a representation of a 5-inch 1911 45 ACP. All right, so let's put the Beretta on top of that. Okay. Yeah. So you got the grip about the same, and the barrel length and slide length obviously an inch or so longer. Okay. So that's kind of a good reference to let you guys know where this gun fits in size-wise. But, you know, this is a really nice gun, guys. You know, if you're looking for a Beretta, okay, if you're looking for a 92, and you know, for whatever reason, you know, for me, again, it was something that I can have as, you know, a duty gun, a shit hit the fan gun, but it also has some nostalgia to me because, you know, it's the gun that I had while I was, you know, active duty. It was my sidearm, and a lot of other people's sidearms over the past 30 years or so. You know, maybe you're looking for it because it's just, you know, iconic in the culture, in the gun culture, or in movies and video games. You know, so many movies that have, you know, had this gun in it. You know, Lethal Weapon. What else? Terminator 2. You know, the Resident Evil games. You know, all kinds of, you know, Die Hard, all kinds of other, you know, I guess media outlets have featured this gun. It's just, you know, something that, man, that's such a cool gun. But I wish it was more updated and more modernized. This is your gun, man. This is it. And again, you know, saying, well, you know, there's nothing really new about it. You know, there's nothing, you know, it's just it's an old design gun. Well, so is this gun. So is that gun. You know, it's a proven platform that works, but it's just upgraded and modernized, and it's got the features that, you know, you would want straight from the factory, possibly, without going out and having to do a trigger job or go out and having to do, you know, sights that you know may not be what you want, or go out and do some slide cuts like some other manufacturers. Oh, sorry. Yeah, like that gun. Because I know a lot of people customize their Glocks and 1911s. And that's okay if you want to do that. But, you know, if you want, you know, a gun that's on a proven platform like the 92, and it's got great features that come straight from the factory, and, you know, customizable options as far as, you know, if you don't like this grip, you can put a wraparound grip on there. This is your gun. This is such a great gun. You know, because like I said, I was looking for a 9mm double to single action that I could call my duty gun. Okay, a lot of people have duty guns. Okay, I don't know why I feel dumb about saying that I have a duty gun, but I want a duty gun. So, you know, it was before this guy came in the picture, I was thinking about getting an IWI Jericho, even a baby Desert Eagle, you know, a CZ Phantom, I think, a SIG P226. And I was like, man, that, you know, that costs an arm and a leg, and I don't know if I want to have that gun. It's a great gun, and blah, blah, blah. But this gun just had exactly what I was looking for, a familiar platform, and just honestly a really sexy gun. And I said, you know what, it's a little bit more than I want to spend for a 9mm duty gun, but gotta have it. And I'm so glad I did. Guys, I'm so glad I did. This is easily becoming one of my favorite pistols that I've ever owned. I haven't even shot it yet. So anyway, that's the 92X. I'm already getting sidetracked on my other stuff. That's the Beretta 92X. Again, this is the Centurion, the G model. Okay. there's a decocker and safety model out there. There's the compact. There's the full size. There's the performance model that's out there. I don't know if any other, you know, I think they're just making the 92X and the 9mm right now. I guess a 96X might come out. I don't know. But anyway, this is a newer offering from Beretta. Okay, if you can find it right now, you know, given what's going on and everything with the, you know, the Chinese virus. Yes, I just called it the Chinese virus. I don't care. You know, then this is something that's pretty cool. I got this from where'd I get it from? Oh, Palmetto. I actually got it from Palmetto. A lot of people don't maybe not realize that Palmetto sells, you know, other guns besides their own. They do. They sell Glocks. They sell 1911s. They sell Smith & Wesson revolvers. And, of course, they got their own guns and everything like that. But, yeah, I found this one on Palmetto. It's got a $100 rebate, mail-in rebate, so that's kind of cool. I was not able to find this gun in a gun shop at all. You know, I went into a couple different gun shops locally and, you know, around my state and said, hey, you guys got a 92X? And they kind of laughed at me. So maybe it's because it's new to the market, or maybe because it's just not that desirable yet. I don't know. But I think that Beretta really hit it out of the park with this gun, and maybe I'm a little bit biased. Nothing wrong with some of the other options that are out there as far as, you know, newer 9mm or newer double single actions or anything like that. But this is a gun that I've been eyeing for a long time, and I'm so glad I got it, and I can't wait to get out there and shoot it. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it didn't bore you too long. Leave a comment. If you got any questions about it, I'll try to answer it the best I can. I'll try to give you a little bit more information than maybe some of the other videos that are out there that show this gun, and a little bit of my personal opinions, bad and good. You know, I want to be objective. But anyway, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe. Hopefully have some more videos coming soon. But I appreciate you sticking around, and remember, every second counts.